Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sim Podcast. Can you believe it? Jan 2025 is already over, and wow, so much has happened in the climate world since the year began. One of the biggest shocks, US President Donald Trump officially pulled the US out of the Paris Agreement again. The US is one of the world's biggest polluters, and this agreement was a global effort to slow down climate change. Now, without their commitment, smaller developing countries are left wondering if the big guys won't take responsibility, why should we? On top of that, the US government also withdrew from a major climate finance group that helps banks and financial institutions prepare for climate risks. So it makes it even harder for the world to fund climate action. And if that wasn't enough, oil giant Shell backed out of a massive offshore wind energy project in New Jersey. This comes after Trump made moves against offshore wind power, putting clean energy efforts at risk. These setbacks are frustrating, but here's the thing, we can't give up now. The fight for a livable planet isn't over, and every effort counts. So let's keep pushing forward. Last time we talked about why climate change is happening and why you should care. But today we're getting into the science of it all. I know, science can sound complicated, but stick with me. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to explain exactly how climate change works, what greenhouse gases really do, and why terms like global warming and climate models aren't just some fancy words scientists throw around. First, let's clear up some basics. Climate change isn't just random weather changes, it's a long-term shift caused by greenhouse gases. Think of the Earth like a car parked in the sun with the windows up. The sun's heat gets in, but it can't escape easily, so the car gets hotter and hotter. So that's exactly what's happening to our planet. So here's how it works. The sun sends energy to Earth. Some of it reflects back into space, and the rest is trapped by gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. These are called greenhouse gases. Now, normally this process keeps the Earth warm enough for us to live, but human activities like burning fossil fuels are increasing these gases, trapping too much heat and making the planet way hotter than it should be. Now that's the greenhouse effect. Too much of it, not really good. So let's talk about our MVP here, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is naturally part of the carbon cycle, which is Earth's way of moving carbon between the air, oceans, plants, and soil. Now normally trees and oceans absorb carbon dioxide, keeping the system balanced. But here's the problem. We're burning coal, oil, and gas at crazy high rates, pumping way more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere than nature can actually handle. And then there's deforestation that's wiping out the trees that would normally absorb the carbon dioxide. And the ocean is also absorbing so much carbon dioxide that it's becoming more acidic and toxic, harming marine life, the fish, the food we have in there. So more carbon dioxide equals more heat trapped, which equals global warming. Now you've probably heard the terms global warming and climate change used interchangeably. Are they the same thing? Not exactly. Global warming refers to the increase in Earth's average temperature due to greenhouse gases. Climate change includes all the effects like stronger storms, melting ice caps, and rising sea levels. So global warming is just one part of climate change. Some people wonder, how can scientists predict the climate in 50 years? It's all in the data. Climate scientists have been tracking global temperatures for over 150 years, and the numbers show a clear warming trend. And then scientists also drill into glaciers and ice sheets to study trapped air bubbles from thousands of years ago. These bubbles reveal past carbon dioxide levels, and today's levels are way higher than anything the Earth has seen in about 1,000 years. Additionally, Space tech or satellites also help us see shrinking ice caps, rising sea levels, and even carbon dioxide concentrations in the air. The evidence is undeniable. Scientists use climate models, which are super advanced computer programs that analyze decades of data to predict future trends. These models have already been shockingly accurate, predicting rising temperatures, ice melting, and more extreme weather patterns. And guess what? The predictions keep coming true. Now, understanding the science means understanding how we can fix this problem. If we cut greenhouse gas emissions, we slow down global warming. If we switch to renewable energy like solar and wind, we reduce carbon dioxide levels. Science doesn't just explain the problem, it also shows us the solutions. So here's what you and I can do to help. 1. We can consume wisely. We should buy fewer fast fashion items, recycle electronics, and cut down on waste. Every product takes energy to make. And then we can also plant trees and protect green spaces. Trees naturally absorb carbon dioxide and help balance the carbon cycle. So without them, it's really hard to fight this climate crisis. And then you can also stay informed and speak up. Share this credible climate information, talk about it with your friends and your family, and support policies that push for a greener future. That's a wrap on today's episode. We just broke down the science behind climate change without the complicated jargon. Now you know how greenhouse gases trap heat, why the carbon cycle matters, and how scientists track climate shifts. More importantly, you know that climate change is real and that we can do something about it. In the next episode, we'll talk about the climate change in Africa and the challenges and opportunities surrounding it. We'll have a special guest on the show, so you don't want to miss this one. If this episode made things clearer for you, don't be shy. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Feel free to tag us at the Sim Podcast, and let's keep the conversation going. Let's protect our planet while we still can. I've been your friendly neighborhood host, Grace Tupendo. Till the next one, bye.